That's what I'm saying. Like these Swifties are saying that they're gonna basically destroy the theater, but with the BTS army, like the worst you get is some detergent spilled on the floor, and like, I mean that thing.
Oh, welcome to the Alpha Primos podcast, the show where we talk about anything and everything from concert movies to clapping booties. Hey, I'm Juan Solo.
Every time. Every time. Oh, God. That's God damn it. Take the focus. Beautiful. That's true poetry. That's true.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
My
it.
Angelou ain't got shit on you, bro. My Angelou ain't got shit on you.
That was beautiful, Juan. Who wrote that? Was it Maya Angelou? Maya.
I believe it was. Yeah, third verse.
It was actually a poem by Robert Frost. Robert Frost, actually, the greatest.
I learned from the best. But all right,
It's actually,
you guys.
Actually, Edgar Allan Poe talking about a certain raven.
Yep.
He's talking about a raven from Teen Titans.
Nevermore. Yep.
All right, and sky is the limit, and space is the place. I'm JJ.
And I'm Paco, because I'm somewhat normal.
All right. Well, speaking of poetry, it seems you're not the only one that's a fan of it. In our looking at the comments from our 25 subscribers special, the Bad Habits commented that he liked touching grass to eating ass. He thought that was a great intro. So
that's a very good intro. Both those things are necessary to have a good life. That's all I'm saying.
Right, you have to touch grass.
You want to live life to the fullest, touch grass and dance. Like, I mean, if you're not doing either one of those, you're not living. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, because if it's what thing we do here in the Alpha Primos, it's we always give the best advice and how to live your life.
That's true. Like we're like the manosphere is one thing, but the Alpha Primos is its own. We're in a stratosphere. Manosphere is here. Alpha Primos stratosphere is up here. This is where you get the real.
Where the Muppets are. Just like
with the Muppets.
Yes. And just like the Muppets, all of you guys for subscribing, liking, and leaving comments, y'all are the true alphas. You all are the top G's.
The top G's.
Y'all
the
are
Bugattis
primo,
are in our heart.
Yes.
Primo.
Yes.
Bugattis are actually in our hearts.
We did get another comment on the same one, the 25 subscription from everyone's favorite, Joe Gira.
Yes. Our number one fan.
Exactly. All right. He was commenting on we were talking about some of those old school Super Nintendo games. We brought up Aladdin, that it was different on like the Genesis and stuff. So he's responding to that, saying that quote, I can explain why the Aladdin games were so different. SNES was made by Capcom and was developed by pretty much the Mega Man team, or at least he thinks it was that team. Genesis was made by Virgin Interactive, and the game sprites were done by the same animation team as the movie, so there was more collaboration between the two. End quote.
That's what the Sega one looked better. The Sega one did look better. It played smoother too. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, the only thing is they gave him a sword, and he only gets a sword at the very end of the movie.
They did give him a sword. They did give him a sword.
When he's fighting the snake.
See, I feel like Aladdin is pre-Assassin's Creed. That's what it is.
Yeah, Ubisoft. What the hell? The material's right there.
Wait, has Aladdin, and they're like, I could make Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia out of this.
Has the apple of Eden just been the fucking lamp this whole time? Like
it's been the lamp this whole time.
Oh my fucking god!
It's been the lamp this whole
time. I hate how much that can work.
The eagle's been a boo reincarnated. That's all it is. The eagle was a boo reincarnated. He finally got his wings. He's out there helping your boy. Like that would be the greatest. Like the developers came out like, so how'd you think about this? I was like, well, we were playing Aladdin when we were kids, and we decided, you know what, fuck it. Ezio is just Aladdin all grown up.
Disney came
That's all.
out with this card game called Lorcana, and I built an Aladdin deck, and I was like, "Hey,
Adding assassins to it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still disappointed with the dang Prince of Persia movie.
oh
No.
I'm disappointed with
the
those. I
Jake
wish they were
Gyllenhaal."
better. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
that
the
was a
story being-
pretty lame adaptation. But I'll tell you what wasn't a lame adaptation. One Piece
The
Ah,
One Piece is real.
One Piece was fucking amazing. I still have thousands of episodes to go, but I've only seen like 4 of the anime, and the fucking this live action just kind of rolled everything into one. And for it being a condensed version of like that first arc, I think in my perspective it was fucking great. All the characters, I think, for the most part, looked and matched the personalities what I would think they would be like in real life. So far, my favorite one is Luffy. Of course, I think he was spot on. I think they really did. I think they did Kobe spot on, and Sanji. I like Sanji a lot. I did dig Sanji quite a bit, and I mean I know and fucking Arlong, dude. Arlong was a beast. Fucking, I think Buggy kind of stole the show a little bit.
They
I'm not
made
gonna.
Buggy too hot. All right.
You think
like-
that's the dude from Agents of Shield?
Agents of Shield, right?
He's
Yeah.
in Agents of Shield, yeah. But I think Buggy was kind of a show stealer. I think Buggy was a little bit of a show stealer.
He
Yeah.
But like I said, I like them.
I said this on the stream. Watch PendeJoJo's on Twitch Sundays. Anyway, but I said this on the stream that a lot of these women that are thirsting for Buggy, they kind of had their clown fetish awakening. It's like now they get why so many guys liked Harley Quinn.
Yes, now he's just the female Harley Quinn, or the female equivalent to Harley Quinn, or was male equivalent to Harley Quinn? Yeah,
male.
male equivalent to Harley Quinn. You got
So
a hot
Harley
clown
Quinn.
dude. You got a hot clown chick. I'm wondering who they're gonna get to play the hot Alvida, or are they just gonna make her like, all right, we want you to still play Alvida, but you're gonna have to really hit a workout regimen.
Oh, I
'Cause
thought they put like a fat suit on the actress. Is she a big girl?
I don't know. I
Naturally?
didn't look her up. I didn't look her up.
Yeah,
I thought
I didn't look her up either, but I saw like on Facebook someone had like the Alvida picture, and then I don't know if it was photoshopped, but they had a picture of just like what I thought was the actress without makeup or anything.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I still thought Alvida was kind of hot. I'm like,
I mean, yeah, she still looks good.
okay. I was like, okay, Alvida, a lot hotter. Hell yeah, girl. Even you now. I'm like, damn.
It's like, now that's a whole different type of pirate booty.
Yeah. I think the only one that really didn't, like, I guess, do it for me, like, I don't know, because was just Nami. I think she still needs a little bit more to come to like fulfill her character, even though she's like she's a big time weeb, apparently, the actress. She's a
Yeah,
big
she
time
is.
weeb.
Mhm.
So like, I don't know. I just maybe they just didn't give her the right things to work with. I don't know. I
Nami
don't think
doesn't-
she was a bad choice. I
So
just think she needs a little more
in the first
finessing, I guess.
in the first saga, Nami's not too heavily involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in the manga and in the anime, like she straight up is like, I'm working for Arlong. She doesn't tell Luffy that I'm working for Arlong, but like all throughout the entire like the arc with Buggy, the arc with Usopp, the arc in the Baratie, like all the way through there, she's like, I'm not gonna be in your crew. I'm gonna steal shit, and she runs away. Like she tries to run away from Zoro and Luffy constantly and succeeds. It's just that their paths just keep crossing over and over again until finally at the Arlong Park arc is when her history and like that develops. And I mean, in the manga and in the anime, they have more time to give
Yeah.
it to like let
Mm-hmm.
it breathe. Whereas in this, since it was a more condensed version, like I loved it, but I could see where it's like I see I understand where you're coming from, where it's like Nami didn't have a lot to do, and it's because like she doesn't do a lot in those first
Oh,
those
okay. Well,
first
that
Yeah.
makes
couple of
sense.
It
arcs.
Like I said, I've never seen the anime,
it.
so that makes a lot more sense when you explain it. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, I forgot to say, fucking Mihawk, dude.
Oh,
But Mihawk probably has to be one of my favorites. Like, I think he fucking nailed it. Fucking Mihawk was the shit. I was like, man, I know this dude's a bad guy, but that's my
not
dude.
really.
That's right there. That's my
he,
dude. Mihawk's pretty badass.
he's kind of
Even the
not really a
sword and
bad
everything.
guy.
He's not really a bad guy. I
No, not
thought the
really.
warlord's bad.
Not all of them.
Okay.
Jinbei's a warlord, and he spoilers. He joins the crew like later.
Martin Luther Jinping.
No, yeah, Mihawk, and in the anime, so this was one of the changes that I understand why they did it, but I didn't really like it too much.
Mm-hmm.
In the anime and in the manga, Mihawk isn't hunting down Luffy and Zoro. He's not hunting
Mm-hmm.
down the Straw Hats. He's hunting down that one dude whose ass he trounced. Like
Ah.
when he gets introduced, Don
Uh-huh.
Krieg,
Yeah.
he's chasing him down. Don Krieg managed to get away from Mihawk and starts wrecking shop at the Baratier. And then
Ah.
Luffy ends up fighting Don Krieg, and Sanji ends up fighting that dude that he fed. The dude that he fed, that he gave like that bowl of rice to,
Yeah.
he ended up being part of Don Krieg's crew. So when Don Krieg shows up and starts wrecking shop, he's like, I gotta back my captain. And so
Yeah.
he fights Sanji, and Luffy fights Don Krieg. And then Mihawk just kind of shows up, and Zoro's like, I want a piece of that. I want to be. Everything else still plays out the same. That's why, like, I get why they did it, but there
Yeah.
was, it was, it happens differently, which is fine, which is totally fine.
Yeah, and I guess just to
Shank.
put it in perspective for like people that don't know, the the Netflix One Piece, it's about like 50 episodes condensed into 8 episodes at
Eight.
about an hour a piece. So
Yeah.
yeah, so 50 episodes into about 8 hours of story. Yeah, that's kind
I
of
think they did a
impressive.
pretty good job. I think
hmm
they did a pretty good job of that.
hmm
Shanks. Shanks was another one, but again, he did. There wasn't enough time with Shanks.
Oh,
I
bro,
think that's that
Oh,
was that
yep,
was
just
there is
just wait.
never enough time with Shanks.
yeah.
Like I was like seeing the actor and then seeing like the anime. I was like, I don't know, but you know what? Fucking Oda had his hand in this, so there's got to be a reason. Like, you
So
know what I'm saying?
I'm still not caught up to like current manga and current anime.
Uh-huh.
I'm still like 50 or so episodes behind. But I remember when the One Piece Red movie came out, like the latest
hmm
one that we got it here. At that point in the anime where I was, I went into the theater and I was like, "Oh shit, Shanks is here."
Mm.
Because I never see him.
Yeah.
like, if you wanted more Shanks, I'm afraid the anime is not gonna satisfy your Shanks your
Mhm.
Shanks need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
and I'm
he's
glad you brought up the
very
boy because that's what I was in referencing to because yeah, that was their big selling point that it's like, hey, Shanks is in it.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. The other thing is, I think they did Kaya pretty good. Kaya was, I think her character was pretty good, even for the short time she was on there. Um, but
those.
then, I didn't know about the Fishmen either. Like, y'all had to explain it to me because I when I looked up Arlong, I was like, oh, okay, because I was like, why are they always playing hip hop? Because I do see that a lot in like these anime adaptations where they do add a lot of hip hop, and I always thought it was just like, oh, they're just adding it because that's the thing now. Hip hop has grown so much, and everybody loves hip hop. I was like, okay, so that's why they play. And then I was like, well, is it kind of racist because he's played by a black dude, and they're just like throw some hip hop in there, it'll be okay. And then you'll have to explain to me who the fishmen are in the One Piece world, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, still, but now I guess it makes a little bit more sense. Although I did like the music that they played for him, I thought it's pretty cool
Yeah.
whenever he shows up. And I've seen already a shitload of TikToks and memes whenever Arlong pulls up and they play that song with looks like the cat's driving.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the name of the song, but it's Arlong and his crew swimming through the water, and that song comes on. I'm like, man, come on, y'all. It was still pretty good, but overall, One Piece is great. Go out there, watch it on Netflix. You're not going to be disappointed. At least in my opinion, you're not going to be disappointed. Zeph was
Mhm.
also like spot on. Zeph, he was also spot on.
Oh, I think Joe Jarrett mentioned in our stream, the PendeJoJo stream,
Yeah.
uh, that one of his friends uh, was like, "I don't care what happens from now on. Garp is Scottish. Like
Yeah,
now and
Marcus.
forever, Garp is Scottish canonically."
Yeah, Manoli Garp is Scottish. Luffy is Mexican now. They changed it. He was Brazilian. The man is now Mexican. I'm sorry.
Damn right. um. All right. So we can all agree we all enjoyed it. We
Yeah.
all highly recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of the anime, check it out. Personal experience. My fiance, she saw the show and really liked it and is considering watching the anime. We heard from other people on the stream Sundays, PendeJoJo's Twitch. Check it out. On the stream, they also mentioned that they showed it to their partners and that they also enjoyed it without having any knowledge of the anime and whatnot. And so again, just check it out. We all highly recommend it. But
Oh,
now to
not affiliated with us, but famous. Speaking of Twitch, famous streamer Asmongold. I saw a TikTok, which was a highlight of one of his streams, where he was talking about how his dad watched One Piece, the live action One Piece, and I don't know if this was like a replicated conversation or he managed to record it, but he's like, I heard the dad's voice, and he's like, "Yeah, well, I mean, I've always fucking liked pirates, right?" And
I
so
mean,
they
yeah.
showed me this show came on, and it was like it's about pirates, and I was like, "Man, the characters are cool. It's nutty. It's wild. I like it a lot." So,
Oh, and another thing, Ian McShane does the voiceover.
oh
yeah.
yeah, I
He
forgot.
does
Yeah,
the intro. I was like, hey, I know that voice. And also, I like the music too. The music, I think, fits so well and gave you that adventurous feeling to it. And I think that hyped it up and that leveled it up even more for me. Was the music at the beginning and at the end? I was like, bro, I want to fucking be a pirate now. Like, I'm gonna buy a boat. I'm selling my car. I'm buying a boat. I'm going out to the high seas. I'm going to Somalia. Fuck. That's where it's
well,
going to begin. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. Go to Somalia.
well, well, I guess to wrap things up, is there something about it that you didn't like, or you guys would have changed, or would have liked to have seen?
A lot of the things that I didn't like, I you kind of have to chalk up to they didn't have enough time. Like,
Okay, I'm in the same boat. Pun not intended.
right, like I would have liked a little more time in the Syrup Village with where Usopp gets introduced, because
Mm-hmm.
in the anime and in the manga, that's a decent chunk of story, and they cut out a lot of characters from that part specifically.
Mm-hmm.
They're ultimately they're not super important characters. Like they cut out some of Kuro's henchmen. Usopp has friends. Like it's not just Kaya
Mm-hmm.
that he hangs with. He's got
Mm-hmm.
a couple
He's
of
not a
goobers
creep.
that follow. Yeah, he's got a couple of goobers that follow him around and like are part of his crew before he joins the Straw
Mm-hmm.
Hats. And yeah, so just having more time for that arc to breathe and for the Arlong arc to breathe, because those are like the two heavier arcs in that section of the manga and the anime. But considering the time limitation that they were on, I can't fault them for making the changes that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, one of the only things I think they should have spent a little bit more time on was Luffy's stretching and all that. I knew that wasn't going to be the best. I mean, it still looked a lot better than what I've seen in the past, but I think there still could be a little bit more work done to it. The other thing that they don't really explain is, well, at least I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but like Garp's strength.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
is this motherfucker
No,
just constantly working out all the time? And
he's just crazy
I found
strong.
out too that
he's
he's not strong.
mm-hmm.
No, he's just
No,
crazy
he's
strong.
just
Oh,
strong.
okay.
He's
Also, I
Mm-hmm.
found out that his right hand man, the dude with the hat, in the live action, they show him quite a bit compared to like the anime. Like in the anime, you see him like for 5 minutes.
he's
He's
barely
got,
shown up. Yeah,
huh?
Mm-hmm.
he's barely
Yeah.
shown up. He's not. Well, and
They made it sound.
actually,
Like, I read reviews and stuff. They made it sound like this dude had more screen time in the live action than he has had in the whole fucking series, anime
well,
series.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
I think
yeah,
it's
but
because he's kind of a new addition to the manga and anime. Like
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
he might have
Okay.
been like a background character that Oda decided to like make more important, but like
Mhm.
I can tell you that like from the part where I'm at,
Mhm.
I'd never seen Bogard like front
Ah.
and center in the anime. Like
Mm.
so in the live,
Mhm.
uh, I think the best way I can explain because Garp also isn't introduced until way later
way
in the
later,
anime.
yeah,
Oh, wait,
mm-hmm.
wait.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I
Yeah,
And also
think
the reveal,
huh?
the Minky, the
That
Garp and the Luffy reveal isn't until way later too, isn't it?
well yeah,
yeah.
it's like
Everything like with him is yeah.
it's way later. Like
Way farther
Mm-hmm.
down. Way farther down
it's
the line.
after they're already in the Grand Line and
Uh-huh.
after they've already so if there is a season 2, I think
Most
it's
definitely.
right. Well, we have to wait for the writer's strike and everything to end,
Yeah.
and the
Mm-hmm.
actor's strike.
Fucking already with him.
Well, I think they said they already had season 2 written, but they can't
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
film anything while the strikes are going
Well,
on.
there's a
So
Come
strike.
on,
Mhm.
give them what they want. I need more in my life. Need more live
um,
action.
but if season 2 does come to fruition, I think where it'll probably end is Alabasta. That's like one of the biggest arcs
Big,
in
yeah.
One Piece, and
Mhm.
Garp doesn't get introduced till after that. Like it's
Ah,
after Alabasta. It's after Skypiea. Like,
Mhm.
so yeah, I I mean I like that Garp is in this, and I think
Mhm.
this kind of gave Oda the chance to like redo things. Like
Mhm.
you know, he didn't magically erase One Piece from everyone's brain, but
yeah.
it's like this gives
Yeah.
me a chance to like do things over, knowing what I
Mhm.
know now, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the characters and stories
Yeah.
that I have
Mhm.
now. I can go back
Yeah.
and I can add Bogard and I can add Garp to the beginning.
Mhm.
I think the only other thing that might turn people off a little bit, like I'm fine with it because we're all big anime watchers. I think for like the new people that are coming in, I think people are gonna like this. But the only thing that might throw people off and be like, "Oh, that's fucking stupid," is Luffy calling out the gum gum pistol and all that. I think most people are like, man, for real, bro. Like that's what I think most people are gonna be like. But I liked it. I thought it was funny, but I knew like you know what, people are gonna make fun of that, but people aren't gonna like. I think a lot of what's the word? A lot of like the what is it like the popular audience or whatever, the mainstream
Mainstream.
audience. Yeah, the mainstream audience is gonna really be digging it. I think anime fans and anime lovers are like perfectly fine with it. I think it's the mainstream like, man, that's fucking cheesy, or why is he doing that? And it's like, well, he gives an explanation of why he does it, but that's like a signature of anime is calling out your fucking moves. That's like a whole fucking signature. Like you can't have an anime if you don't call out your fucking move at all. And the guy with the cigar that they introduced, I want to know who that is.
Smoker.
Oh, See? Or that's his fucking name. Like they make
That's
it
his
seem
name.
so ominous and like,
That's his-
ooh.
Okay, so one, that is his name, and two, he is a major threat on the way to the Grand Line, and even for those first few chapters once they're on the Grand Line.
Okay.
So the last stop before you can get to the Grand Line, at least in the manga and in the anime, is Town, and that's where Gold Roger was executed. That's the
Mm,
island at the very beginning.
yeah.
So, uh, Smoker is, I think, at that point in the story, he's a lieutenant. He's not a captain yet, but he's sort of the Marine officer that's stationed at Town, and
Hmm.
he's kind of like any up and coming pirate that's trying to make it to the Grand Line. He's sort of like the
Yeah.
final stop. Like, you're gonna have to go through
Oh,
me.
he's a big boss.
yeah.
He's like
Kinda. So
he's not Shao Kahn. He's Goro.
yeah,
He's
and
fucking
Yeah.
Goro. He's
Yeah.
gonna get through me. He's
so
Goro. You gotta get through me, son. You gotta get through me,
so
son.
so there's that aspect to him. The other aspect is that he's the first Logia type devil fruit user that they encounter. The Logia
Mm,
types are essentially your body is the element, kind of like Luffy, but
mm,
they're the difference is that it's usually a natural element. So
mm.
Smoker, he ate the smoke fruit. His body is entirely smoke, so you can't
Oh,
touch him. You
oh,
can't touch him. He can turn any part of his body into smoke. He can, rocket punch like Luffy, like shoot out his
uh-huh.
fist. And unless, later on they sort of find a way to like even the playing field in the anime. But for those first couple of moments in the story, it's like, how do you fight this guy? Like, you
Yeah.
can't touch him. Like, he's
Ooh, that makes me
uh,
excited now. Damn,
Yeah.
I want to stop
Um.
watching everything I'm watching.
Yeah, and I do want to go back to a comment that Paco had made earlier that like when you had mentioned that it's like you didn't know what like Garp's powers were. Going
Yeah.
back to a thing that I do think that I didn't really like in the live action is that it it wasn't explained well how some of the powers work, and because it even happened with Lily where every time she saw someone like use an ability or a feat of
Uh-huh.
strength or something, she immediately went, "Oh my god, they ate a devil fruit!" And it's like, no. I had to explain to her there are more ways to get powers and abilities in
Mm,
One Piece besides eating devil fruit, and that's
mm.
something that I think the show should have like kind of just like
Yeah.
strengthened a bit more that like you can be a badass like Zoro and Sanji without eating a devil fruit.
Devil
Some
fruit. Yeah.
people are just gifted and can do cool shit.
Yeah.
well,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
That makes
and
more sense.
that's also a problem in the manga and in the anime because
Mhm.
uh for a long time people were like, man, how come Luffy's struggling with so and so and blah 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 once you get to the Grand Line? And people who are deeper into it have to explain to like new fans coming in, like, the thing is, Luffy was overpowered for the East Blue. Like,
Mhm.
by the
Yeah.
time he was able to get onto a pirate ship or set sail on his own, he was already like a level 50 character,
Oh
taking
Yeah.
shit.
on like yeah, taking
And
on like
yeah, like
He did all the
scrubs.
level
side quests.
level
Mhm.
10 people and blah blah blah, like, because he was already
Mhm.
naturally strong being Garp's grandson. Like,
Yeah.
their
Mhm.
family's just fucking Goku.
Yeah.
Like, they're just strong.
Mhm.
And so then he spent like 7 years training, and then he ate his devil fruit and learned how to fight with it and its
Yeah.
powers. So he was already like, a level 50 character taking on level 10s and level 20s.
Mhm.
That makes sense now. Yeah. 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 You're gonna have to kind of explain, but no. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But I think a lot of animes have that problem though, where they don't really explain like why does this man have tornadoes coming out of his hands? Like that
Well,
doesn't make any sense.
I think it's a more like peculiar problem with this one in particular, though, with One
Okay.
Piece in particular.
it's
Mm.
well, part of it is that's kind of also the magic of One Piece is that Oda
Mhm.
is able to. So there's actually a very famous retcon in the live action that they applied, and they kind of showed off a little more. When Shanks gets his arm bitten off,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they zoom in on his eyes and
On
everything,
his
right?
eye,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I saw
And
that.
you're like, he did something, but you don't know
Yeah.
what he
Mhm.
did. Okay, so remember how I was saying you can't touch Smoker, and later on
Yeah.
there's a way that they level the playing field.
Yeah.
The way they level the playing field is with a new power system called hockey.
Ah, I've
Hockey,
heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
hockey. So there's three different types of hockey. There's observation hockey, and that lets you sense attacks coming, or if you're someone like Usopp, it lets you be more accurate with your aim and stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
can train observation hockey to the point where you can see a little bit into the future. Like,
Ooh.
there's armament hockey. In armament hockey, you basically coat your body in energy, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can punch whatever. Like, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter that Smoker's made of smoke. Your hockey counteracts his smoke. Like, he will feel it still. So now you can punch Smoker. There's a third type of hockey that's very rare, and it's called Conqueror's hockey. And they haven't explained too much on how that one works, but it's kind of like an intimidation factor or a burst of energy. Luffy has it, and when he uses it, he can knock out like level one pirates, like the henchmen that are just
Yeah.
there to get punched. Like, he
Yeah.
knocks them out just by staring at them. Like, he uses Conqueror's hockey and they get knocked out. Shanks used Conqueror's hockey on
On
the
the
sea monster. That's why
Mhm.
it ran away because it
To
sensed his
basically tell him
Conqueror's
to fuck
hockey.
off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when Oda wrote that part of the story,
Mm-hmm.
he hadn't thought up of hockey yet. He was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, that looks really fucking cool. Just having him like stare down this sea beast, like that's fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Same thing with Mihawk's sword. Armament hockey appears black. Like when you coat your arm, it looks like black, at least in the manga and in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Mihawk has a black sword, so he was like, "Oh wait, yeah. If you coat a sword in enough hockey, eventually it absorbs it and it becomes black itself. It takes on the color of
Oh.
the hockey. So that's why Mihawk's sword is so strong. That's why he's so good
Mm-hmm.
with it because it's already coated in hockey. It's a black blade.
That makes a lot more sense now. Now this is
But
gonna be
yeah,
way
but
more.
that's
But
but
it's
it goes back to Juan's point where it's like it's not explained. It will be.
It
Like,
yeah.
will be.
it will be.
What
It's
is
just gonna
going
take.
on? Wait till
It's just
season
gonna.
two.
You just have to wait for
Mhm.
Oda to come up with a reason why.
With the yeah.
And
He's
that
gonna
might
tell you
look. That might
everything.
be in the next chapter. It might be in 1,000 chapters. I don't know how
Mhm.
this man's beautiful mind works.
Yeah. So
All right.
ultimately, go watch One Piece live action.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. So for our next topic of discussion, Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Change music forever.
Yes,
Tay
yes,
Tay.
she did. Yes,
Yeah.
Tay Tay.
Okay.
She is currently on her Eras tour.
Beautiful.
That's what
Love
she.
to see it.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Greatest I've seen in my life.
I couldn't go because of the whole
COVID.
Ticketmaster bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. no, this was no, this was a Ticketmaster where the tickets sold out and you couldn't get them, and
And then
uh, they were only able to get 4 tickets, and so
ah,
it's like one of us isn't gonna have to go, and so it ended up being me, and so I
I'll
ended
fall on
up
my
not
sword.
going, but that's okay
Well, at least you
because
didn't spy
I
buy your sparkly dress yet. Like,
Yes.
You're right, exactly. I hadn't bought my dress yet for the Eras tour, so that's why I was perfectly okay with not attending the concert. But I technically got to see it for free because one of them just snapped on Snapchat the whole thing, like the entirety of it. So I was able to basically watch the concert
Just
for
like you were there.
free.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just
Funny enough,
Chromecast it to
I
your TV.
if I remember if my timeline of events is correct, I believe while these women were out watching the Taylor Swift concert, the men were at Cinemark watching the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah.
boys, 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 boys,
Boys.
Or even better
If
if it would
if
have
I
been the Fast and Furious movie.
if I'm remembering correctly, the concert was the same night that the movie came out, and so we saw that. Like if I'm remembering correctly, and to me that sounds right. But yes, the Eras tour, but because of the whole Ticketmaster bullshit of people not being able to get tickets and whatnot, and that whole fiasco, they decided, you know what, we're gonna turn it into a movie, and so that that is what's happening. Is the Taylor Swift Era Tour? I think that's literally what it's called, the Eras Tour concert.
The Eras Tour
And
concert movie.
so I'm trying to find out when it officially comes out.
Oh,
October
it's not out
13th.
yet.
October 13th. There you go. No, I believe it comes out at the same time as the Exorcist movie.
Ah.
So
Hey, you
that's
have
a
to
really hard choice, man. It's like, do I want to
yeah.
see the Eras tour or do I want to go see the Exorcist? Because I have a dress for both.
Yeah. I have a crop top personally for the Taylor
Mm-hmm.
Swift concert movie. A little
Mm-hmm.
sparkly crop top. I mean,
I do not. I can only go see the Exorcist because I probably have some T-shirt with the demon on it. I do not
I don't
have
know,
one
but
that
man.
sparkles, unfortunately.
mm-hmm.
I've never
But
been a
with
concert movie person, so I'm kind of like, is this really necessary? I see why though. You know, like people really like these things, so I'm not a big concert movie person, in my opinion. But I mean, it's Taylor Swift. Fans are crazy these days. And
so
I thought,
funny enough, we already got our tickets for that movie. Um,
The Exorcist.
no, not the Exorcist, the Eras tour.
he's like, surprise.
Right. And I am going to that one. They're like, since you didn't
uh,
get to go to the concert, you're gonna go to the.
are you buying
You're gonna
the
go to the movie.
collectible popcorn tub and cup?
That's what sucks. There's no collectible cup. There's no collectible popcorn bucket.
There is.
Wait, hold on a second. What?
There is.
There is one. What?
Yeah.
No way. I gotta
There's
look this
both.
up.
I'm on the
Okay,
Cinemark website right now.
I have someone off camera calling me out saying there is one.
There is, but items vary by location. While supplies
Oh,
No
that
last.
way.
sucks. We're not gonna get one.
No way. That's what. Oh, come on.
Holy
It's not a
shit! I'm
great
looking
bucket.
at it. Like,
I
like
mean,
yeah, my Blue Beetle one is definitely better, but
oh, most
That
definitely. Blue
is
Beetle one
uh huh.
is
that is a top tier popcorn bucket.
Mm-hmm.
the Blue Beetle one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Eras
the
one is
Barbie
just
Corvette one isn't bad. I like the Barbie Corvette one, but just not enough popcorn for me. You know,
well. I think it was the same issue with the Blue Beetle
Blue
one.
Beetle. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. If you were to tell me if they gave away the Blue Beetle popcorn tub like at a movie tavern or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, I'd buy it as long as it came with free refills. Just hand them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Here's my bug, sir.
If I'm
Please.
reading this correctly, I believe the Eras Tour bucket is exclusive to AMC.
I thought it was Regal.
But I'm on like the Cinemark website. Or,
And it has it there too?
I mean, they have the ad for it. Yeah.
For the bucket?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
if
looking
you
at
go
Regal.
go to the Cinemark website and then like the first
Holy
banner
shit, I
ad.
just saw the post. Yeah, there it is. God damn it. Well, the fucking Sportspedia or whatever the hell that fucking website is said it was only MC.
Yeah, Regal Theater, same thing too. They got the popcorn bucket and cup as well.
So I
I think
guess
they
as
might
long
all
as
be
they're
the
showing
same
the
parent
movie,
company or something.
theoretically they're
There should be a popcorn bucket.
okay. I'm being handed a cell phone off camera on the Cinemark app, and yeah, it says Aeroswift, Eras Tour collectible cup and popcorn tub. Items vary by location. Limit 10 items per customer.
Who's buying 10 of those?
Dude, okay,
I
Swifties
like how
will.
I can answer that question of who's buying 10 of those because this is where we get into the meat of this conversation because
Oh boy, 3
so
a.m.
it's there's been this debate surrounding this movie in particular that these Swifties, man, they're a whole breed of fandom.
It's like
What?
it's like when the Beatles had the crazy fans back in the day. Now it's Swifties.
Mhm.
Swifties are like the evolved version of that.
And
this is,
and
this is
it's funny
even my
because
final form.
I because K-pop stands,
uh,
they're
Forgot about
on a
those
whole
guys.
new level as well of like fandom. Some of these stands go ape shit and they take it too far.
Yeah, yeah,
And
okay.
but you know,
they
it's
throw
like
Tide
that's
at the
over
screen.
there. I should I explain that joke to okay,
Please
I'll
do.
explain that joke very quickly. Okay, so BTS, they're fans. They're called armies. Okay, so BTS had a concert movie. And one of the members, I believe it was Jin, he does like the laundry for the band members. And he was on like a live chat and in the comments someone asked hey, what laundry detergent do you use? And he said, "Oh, I use Downy and a specific scent. I don't know, like White Petals or something. I use White Petals by
Yeah,
Downy."
sure.
That night, that scent sold out everywhere because these armies wanted to smell them. So now
Oh,
that they knew what scent of detergent they used, they could smell the band members. So I
that's
went
serial
I
killer.
went to one of these concert BTS concert movies at the Cinemark. And when we were leaving, there was like a security guy standing by the door exiting the theater room. And when we were leaving, he walks in and he goes, "Why does it smell like laundry?"
Oh my god.
but
And I
see,
hate
here's
that I knew the answer.
so. But see, therein lies the difference. The thing is that like these Swifties are going on TikTok and on social media saying like, "No, I'm going wild. I'm gonna wreck shop in this theater. I'm treating it like if it was the concert."
I'm
But
getting a
like,
correction from off camera. You should just be on this episode. It was Jungkook. It
it
was
was Jungkook.
JK. I said Jin. It was
Okay.
I
JK.
like how she hears you from the other room. How dare you misname this BTS member? It is not
No,
Jin.
she's in the room. But no, I didn't misname him. I just said the wrong member.
Oh, okay, wrong member. My bad. My bad.
For a second there, I thought you had the wrong detergent. And she was.
I was about to say, what, did I get the scent right? Was the scent at least correct? Oh, she doesn't even know. But it was Downy, right? It was Downy. The brand is correct. I just don't know the scent. And I do not want to look it up.
Have her look it up. She'll probably know. She probably got. There's probably a Reddit about it. There's probably a subreddit.
But no, yeah. See that's what I'm saying. Like these Swifties are saying that they're gonna basically destroy the theater, but with the BTS army, like the worst you get is some detergent spilled on the floor, and like, I mean, ultimately that's kind of helping out the theater. Like the floor is no longer
make
sticky.
It smell better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See now, if only we could get like people from cons to wear deodorant and smell better. That's who people get to influence.
I go look.
It smells like cheeks and feet, bro. You go to a con, it smells like straight up cheeks, feet, and some nasty
an armpit.
I swear, like, an armpit. You're starting to make. Hey, I'm not gonna you're starting to make your case that you know what? I want to go to a BTS concert just so I have to smell cheeks and feet. Like, I mean, it smells lovely in there. Like, and I really enjoyed it, anyways. Like, but these Swifties are crazy, man. These Swifties are.
What did we used to say, Juan? We used to say it smelled like patusco or.
Oh, pacoso. It was like pata cola y sobaco, and then there's also pacuso. It's pata culo y sobaco.
All right, that's the smell that you get.
That's the smell. You go to a convention. Pacosos right there. Oh, nasty. So I don't know if Swifties have a brand of like detergent, so that way they can go smelling nice to these movie theaters.
I don't think they have a brand of detergent. I think they probably have. It's just like I think it's clothing. It's a sparkly stuff. I think that's what I've seen. Like
that's Beyonce, if I remember correctly. Beyonce was telling everybody to wear silver.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But yeah, the Swifties are following suit with this one.
Well, hold on. Let me check my peanut gallery and fact checker. What's the fit that Taylor Swift is encouraging Swifties to wear to the concert movie? Yeah. Just anything from any of her characters. It has to be an outfit from her previous albums. Like that's the fit. It can be any outfit from previous whatever. So yes, I was right that they
because it's eras.
Mm-hmm, yes. So I was right that Beyonce is the silver.
Well, if someone can buy like 10 of the popcorn buckets and 10 of the cups, they could probably make like a Mandalorian style suit of armor just with the album cover.
Yo, they probably could.
But like, yeah. But I don't even get why Swifties need to go crazy on the outfits. I mean, just wear sneakers and t-shirts and sit on the bleachers.
It's the same reason when we go watch. It's the same reason when we go watch a Dragon Ball movie in the theater. We got our fucking power things. We got our Dragon Balls in our pockets. It's the whole same reason. It's just they're doing it for a real person.
Dude, it's cosplay. That's what these Swifties are doing. It's just cosplay.
Right. That's not the part
that's not the part that's like people are worried about.
That's why I don't understand these fucking jocks that make fun of me for watching like anime and like the Star Wars and shit. It's like you do the same thing. You wear a grown man's jersey and you cry when they lose the football game. Don't come at me. I'm wearing an outfit when I go to the fucking theater to watch fucking Star Wars, or I go in a straight up full on Luffy costume when I go see a goddamn One Piece movie. Don't you dare come at me. You wear a full on man's. Like you're like a girl from high school who's wearing her boyfriend's football jersey. Go, babe! That's who you are. You're that girl from high school who's dating the football player. And she's wearing his jersey or his fucking Letterman. You're just the grown version of that. That's all you are. sitting there getting all like, shut the fuck up. Stop making fun of me for enjoying my nerdy shit.
Right, yeah.
Fantasy
But
football and D&D is the same thing. Fight me.
that's not the part that I mean, yeah, it's just tabletop football. But
Yeah.
you're right. There's just less dice rolls. But that's not the part that like the cosplaying or the the fits, like whatever you want to call it. That's not the part that people are having an issue with when it comes to the Swifties.
Uh-huh.
It's the threats of violence. The threats of trashing a theater and just disrupting anyone. Like if they play Oppenheimer in the theater next door, and all I'm hearing is Swifties going mad, like I'm not gonna pay attention to Oppenheimer.
Next door.
How are the Swifties louder than the literal atomic bomb? Like what the fuck is
They need super weapon.
And this is where like I like to believe I have some expertise on the subject because I have been to 3 BTS concert movies, and I've been to both. Yes, I am a veteran.
Are you a general in the are you an admiral in the BTS army? Like, what's the ranking system like there?
He's like I'm a corporal.
Are you private third class?
Yeah, I'm a. I'm a third class admiral in the Bangtan Suyodan.
I understood none of that. Those are just sounds.
No, don't worry about it.
I like that you had to like look off camera to make sure that you said everything correctly.
She's laughing, so I think I did say everything correctly. I'm getting the
hair. Like she's like feel her hair.
We need to do what next time we do this topic. I'm gonna give you a microphone. She'll still be off camera, but we'll have her mic'd. And then when the episode comes out, we'll have her dubbed by like an AI with like subtitles. That way, like she could chime in and give us her expertise.
It shouldn't even be that. It should be her every time you make a mistake or we make a mistake. The podcast just pauses and she's like, just to let you guys know, they're wrong. She gives you the facts.
She get one of the stuffed animals from like BTS, and like every time.
Oh, B21.
Yeah, and it cuts to her. It's actually the stuffed animal, and it's just like her voiceover.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea because we.
Oh my god, they have one.
They have one. No.
Yep. We got one right here. So we'll have this up while she talks and fact checks me.
Fact checks everything. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna look up completely wrong facts about BTS.
Completely wrong. We'll get everything wrong that way.
Get everything wrong on purpose.
So anyway, I've done. I've done 3 tours on the Bangtan Suyodan Army. And I've seen both sides. I've seen the rowdy ones where like people were legit jumping up and down, getting up from their seats and dancing. And I've seen the more like calm ones where they treated it like a movie, if you will, where they were just sitting down. They brought their what are the glow sticks called? The light bombs, the light sticks. And they took them into the theater and they turned them on and stuff. And yeah, so I've been to both. And I can say that in the rowdy ones, it never got like excessively loud to the point that like other people like complained. And then and one of them was at an Alamo Draft House, and they do like rowdy screenings and stuff. And so I think it just depends on the venue. Like if you go to an Alamo Draft House and they've done like rowdy screenings of movies before, I think it's you're good. And ironically, the rowdy crowd we had when we saw the BTS concert was it was actually at Cinemark. At the Draft House, there was more. It was more chill. Whereas you would think it'd be the other way around. But with that said, though, it's how I mentioned earlier that Swifties are on a whole new level. I would that's what makes it hard to say like, oh, everything will be okay. It's being exaggerated. It's being because it's like no these like yeah these some of these Swifties are real crazy. I mean they camped outside a restaurant because she was having a rehearsal dinner for a wedding. Not her wedding, just a wedding she
Right.
just
Yeah.
happened to be attending. And like 200 people waited outside. It wasn't even like a meet and greet thing. It was just they're waiting outside on a street corner just to catch a glimpse of her when she walks back to her car.
Hey,
And so and then that and you have Taylor Swift actively encouraging fans to treat it as if they were at a concert, you know, with cheering and dancing and whatnot. Which, to an extent, it's like, I mean, that's fine. I think that's kind of the crowd you want at a
yeah,
concert movie. But I do think, like, you already have an unhinged fan base and then you're encouraging them to be rowdy. I do think that that can spell like things to go bad because even BTS they never actively told people, "Hey, when you go see
Encouraged
our
it. Yeah.
movies, like yeah, like do this, do that." The closest you ever got, and I think this is the right way to do it, is when they were screening it at Cinemark. A fan, an army, tweeted out to Cinemark saying, "Hey, can we bring our light sticks? Can we cheer? Can we dance?" And they responded saying, "Yeah, have fun. Do what you want to do. It's cool. We encourage it." And that's it. That's but it was not the members saying that. It was Cinemark, the theater
It
saying,
was the
"Hey,
venue, the
that's cool."
actual.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, the venue saying and I do think like this is where they need to put up the signs on the glass doors before you walk in or something. Put it up on the website when you order the ticket saying like, "Hey guys, you can cheer, you can dance, but just keep like keep it
be
chill
respectful.
or like something or just outright say, "You know what, guys? No, it's gonna be disruptive to the other patrons." It's and the other thing is the amount of people like this concert is the sales are like breaking records. It's doing like Avengers level of like ticket
Yeah,
sales. So,
Yeah.
and I don't think the BTS ones like ever, ever did that good as
but
far as like concert movies. The movies. I'm saying the movies, not the concerts. I know they're actual concerts. Like these fuckers sold out stadiums and shit. I'm not knocking them. I'm saying when it went to the movie theater, when it went to Cinemark, it did not break records. It didn't.
somebody's
She's
offended.
she's fact checking me.
Are we
It
sure?
didn't.
Are we sure? Like, I'll say this. So, from what I don't really
I like
listen
that.
to K-pop or to Taylor Swift. There's like one Taylor Swift song that I really like, and there's like two or three of the BTS songs that I really like. But from what I see from social media most time, are we sure it's not just because we're Americans? You know what I mean? Like maybe it's not all Taylor Swift fans all over the world, or like because K-pop fans around the
Well,
world are pretty cool. But then you reach the ones here in America, and we go balls to the wall for whoever we're riding.
I
I
mean,
think that's what it is. It's like if you have American fans, like if you were in dire straits and you needed to be rescued by a fan, you call an American. That is You're gonna call an American fan. You're gonna call like that one teenager that's like knows everything about you and is ready to fucking die for you. It's like, I need your help, and they are going to do everything in their power. But also, I don't see a lot like Taylor Swift fans. Not only do I see it's mainly teenage girls, but I also see a lot of adult women. And when it comes to K-pop fans, I mainly just see teenagers to like mid-20s, late 20-year-olds as far as fan-wise. When it comes to Taylor Swift, I see a lot of like young girls, teenage girls, and a lot of moms and older like Karen types, I guess you could say. And that's where I think that's where the craziness comes from. It's like because they will not, they will not.
There's just too much estrogen here. Like, it's too powerful.
You walk in there, you grow tits. Like, there's so much estrogen in the grow tits.
I do like that Juan essentially described this movie as an Avengers level threat.
Because it is.
It's breaking records. It's doing Avengers money.
It's like Avengers War sitting out the theater, just like, what are you doing here, just in case? I mean, fucking Hulk sitting outside just in case shit's about to go down. It's the Chitauri all over again. Chitauri all over again.
I mean, in defense of the Swifties, the movie hasn't come out yet. I mean, it's just, a couple of strange, fringe, like extreme fan posting on social media saying that they're gonna, like fucking rip out theater seats and stuff. Like, it's not all of them, and I'm sure that's going to be the case in the majority of theaters, where it's not going to get too out of hand or too crazy. But
you're just doing it for clout.
Oh yeah, probably. That's probably it, right? Like,
yeah, probably. It's just doing it for the gram, doing it for clout. Is that what the kids say these days? It's doing it for clout.
Sure.
Kids say, like, they're just doing it for the clout. They're going to show up and they're going to be in sneakers and not do anything. What happened to you ripping out that seat?
Here's hoping. Like, I mean, that we're that everyone's already assuming the worst, and then who knows? Maybe it'll be like a gentle minion situation where like these fuckers clean up after themselves and shit, like a true gentle.
That's the best. That is the best you could hope for.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Holy shit! There's a Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
Yeah. I haven't even seen 2.
How did she get divorced twice?
She divorced?
Well, how else do you get married 3 times?
Oh. Man, I walked right in. God damn it. He's married to the same guy. They just
All right, and on that note,
all right.
And on the Big Fat Greek Wedding, go watch it, guys.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up here. If you want more content, check out PendeJoJo's. We usually stream on Sundays over on Twitch. Otherwise, like, subscribe, let us know in the comments what you all thought about One Piece, and if y'all are going to go watch the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Let us know.
And if you want to see more content of me, go check out my OnlyFans.
Yes.
Plug
that in as well.
All right.
And on that note.
And on that bombshell.
Adios.
We'll catch you all next time.
Peace.